God damn, Josh. That was quick. How's it going today? Uh, my day's just the same old speed. But because it's the same thing every day, the days seem to fly right by because there's nothing to separate them. Fuck, I wish I could work. I missed your stream the other day. Oop. How's it going?
Oh, going pretty good. Going pretty good.
Went to the doctor the other day, so I missed your stream.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Uh, it's like I don't have diabetes, and the rest of me is in perfect health.
That's pretty good then.
I still have to take the diabetes pills, but the average, the 6 month, or no, 3 months average is so low that it's like I don't have it yet.
Oh yeah. I gotta grab my cigarettes, so I'll be right back.
Yeah. Hey, Epic, any? I don't have any cholesterol, any.
It was cold out today.
Oh,
Annie, what's going on, buddy? Epic, how you doing?
fucking kids, they just can't get along. Nah, that's pretty.
Cranberries are good.
Are they? Oh. So do you take some home with you? No, you're sick of
Oh,
crap.
I can take as much as I want home, but we don't really do much with them. I just give them away. I usually bring home 25-pound box at a time and just give them away.
Fuck me, man. Dump them in a crock with some sugar and make a little cranberry applejack.
Well, I give the school a box of 25 pounds, and then they can give them out. They give people like Christmas dinners and stuff. so
Yeah.
they'll give some of those out with that, and then I just give my neighbors like cranberries as well.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for watching the mini, man. Appreciate you, bud.
When was the last time you put a new one on?
Oh, you've probably seen it. I haven't put nothing new on for a little bit.
Okay, then, yeah.
I put a little 4-wheeler video on just the other day, just to keep stuff going on. But
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one.
oh, I got my bike back from the shop there. Remember me telling you I paid? It was $200 and some there.
Yeah.
Anyways, I pulled a load of stuff with it today, grass and mud and crap like that from the gardens. And I looked down and it was just pissing out the old gas. So I'm bringing it back to the shop, telling them to fucking fix whatever they messed up, because I just had that all put on new, so I don't know why it's leaking gas.
Yeah.
Gas too darn expensive to be leaking.
Is it leaking out of the carburetor or maybe the hose up off the tank?
Leaking right out of the carburetor, just pissing it out. I had to shut the stopper so it would stop running out.
Yeah.
Even when the bike was turned off, it just kept coming out.
Sounds like no seal. When they took it apart, somebody put it together with one piece missing.
Something, but
A little rubber seal to, I bet you, to hold the gas in.
she was idling really nice. That's one of the reasons why I brought it there, to get fixed. Well, it wouldn't start because it had water in the gas, but I wanted the idling cable fixed on it, and they, instead of fixing the cable, they just adjusted the screw. And so she was idling real nice until I looked down and seen the gas pissing out.
Yeah. That's one thing about doing mechanicking yourself. If you fuck up, there's nobody to blame.
Right.
But if I didn't have the two pains, even though I'd be doing mechanicking myself still. I used to change the oil in the yard. Got a gravel driveway. I just climb underneath there with a catch basin and catch it and take the filter off. And if there was any oil spilt, just kick some dirt over it.
I froze today at work there, freaking. I had 2 coats on, and I had my winter, well, my pants, kind of splash pants over my pants, and I was still freezing. The old forklift, man, that's some cold being on that.
Yeah.
Not moving, hands just freeze.
It's -9 right now. Feels like -15.
Wow. It's I don't know, it was, I think, showing +2 or something in the car on the way home. warmed up quite a bit since this morning.
Tomorrow -3, Thursday 0. This is the highs for the day. Friday -6, Saturday -14, Sunday -10, -9, and Tuesday is -13. I'd say we're hitting fucking cold weather. I better do something
Here you go.
in the next 3 days. I want to put out my uh, extension cord for my truck
Oh yeah.
because I got it up high off of my addition onto a tree and then over to my truck. The cord never touches the ground.
Oh yeah. Yeah. There was this lady at work there. She's got this older car, and I was checking the oil in the truck. And I said, "When's the last time you checked your oil?" And she's like, "Oh, I only check it when it gets an oil change." I said, "Oh, that's not good." I said, "You should be checking an older car at least every time you fill her up. You should at least check it."
If you drive a car regularly or a truck, uh, you should know how much it uses per month
Right, right.
or
Well,
per every.
she didn't have a clue, man. I checked it for her, and the dipstick was just about burnt into the car. There wasn't a drop of oil on the stick.
Oh
So I said,
yeah.
told her to get about 3 liters of oil. Anyways, she went to the store and got some oil, and she come back over to me and she said, "Yeah, I put it all in." So she never checked as she put it in. She just put all 3 liters in.
Oh, it probably would have taken 4 or 5 if it was that low.
Yeah, probably 4 anyways. But
Yeah, but
usually,
no, I only check mine once a year.
you don't do too much driving, eh?
No, I might put on what? If I put on, let's say, 3 miles a week, 12 miles a month, it's 144 miles a year. Is about 200 clicks a year. So that's not exactly, I shouldn't even have to fucking insure it or register it when I'm only doing that little. I'm driving down these fucking streets here. They're just helping the grad shops because the fucking streets are rough and it takes out your fucking front end.
Yeah.
And the more ruts are, the more you're hitting the brakes to slow down for them, so you're using up your brakes more too. I'd like to run my own town. Like I said before, the first thing I would do is there would fucking be a community, what do you call it? Compost. Everybody throw their crap in it that can be composted, or just take it to wherever the compost pile is and let the wood be chipped up to put in it. If you just throw the whole limbs in, it'll compost, but it'll take a lot longer. And then if you chip everything up down to a smaller size and have somebody turn it over every 6 months or so, as part of
Yeah.
the whole thing. And then anybody in town that wants to use that gets it for free. If they want to put it in
Right.
there, they get it for free. Because everybody could be putting into it, so everybody can take out. That was one thought I had. But right now I ain't having any more, so we have to talk about something else.
Yeah, another, I don't know, couple weeks, then we'll have to flood up all the fields at work and then let it freeze. And there'll be a big sheet of ice over the fields, and then we'll drain the water, and just what's left is the ice. That's what protects the fields.
Yeah. Hmm. So that's how that's done.
Yeah. They look like great big skating rinks.
Maybe they should be in the wintertime. As long as it's on the ice and not on the. Of course, people would wreck that too.
Yeah, the odd time there'll be some kids that come down and they'll skate on it.
As long as they don't leave a bunch of garbage there, it'd be okay.
Yeah.
My pound of shake and trim, I found went back and re-looked at it, and there's trim in it too. I hope they didn't put too many big stalks in it.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But it's supposed to come in on Thursday or Friday. What are
Well,
we
that'd be
about?
good.
Yeah.
2 or 3 more days then.
Yeah. And if I got lucky, I don't spend too much, I could buy another pound next month. 2 pounds of it should get me through for a while.
Yeah. I need my coffee. I'm waiting for my wife to get back so one of us can go get some coffee.
Where'd she go?
Uh, brought
Down.
the brought the little one to the dentist.
Oh,
Do that fluoride treatment shit there every so often.
yeah. Well, fluoride is a poison, and you've got fluoride in your fucking toothpaste, fluoride in your water. There's fluoride all over the fucking place. And I don't know if it's all that safe. because it is a poison.
There's not much that is safe anymore.
No. But how long ago did they do the study that said it was safe? And have they ever done a study since? Nobody knows. So we could be running on 1940s information. We don't know.
Yeah, I have
And
no idea.
once they got it started on it, fuck, the fluoride companies would never want anybody to quit. So they'd be lobbying the frickin' politicians, feeding the politicians money to keep them fucking poisoning us.
Right. Yeah.
I think the fucking politicians would poison us with no problem.
Oh yeah.
Oh, in case there's any politicians listening, fuck you. Oh, while I'm at it, fuck YouTube. Fuck their parent company. Both for fucking trying to restrict my fucking speech.
Yeah.
And happy fuck the cops day. Fuck, fuck, fuck. There, I feel better.
Yeah. Get it all out, eh?
Yeah. Oh. I wonder how much snow we're gonna get this winter.
Well, I'm hoping the snow will hold off for a little while yet here. We're getting lots of rain. Supposed to get Thursday, we're supposed to get a little bit of snow in the morning and then rain. So,
It'll wash the snow away.
yeah.
So are the cranberries you harvest, are they used in cranberry cocktail? Or do you have an idea of where they go?
Oh, they go, a lot of them go as fresh fruit, and then two of the fields that we have go as like fresh fruit, and the rest go into like a big freezer, so they'll use those for juice and other things like that.
Yeah. Hmm. I think we got.
Everything slowed.
Go ahead.
What's that? Well, I was just gonna say everything slowed down for us. Like we used to go travel everywhere and pick other people's fields, eh? And then they would get shipped to the buyer, and then he would sell them to like the grocery stores and ship them all over the world. But
Yeah.
now we're now everything's pretty slow. We're just doing our our own crops. So
Well, but that might change again. You never know. Although everybody going back to small farming would be the way to go.
we'll see. The price of everything had dropped there real bad for a few years. So all the small farms died
Oh,
out
yeah.
because they couldn't stay afloat. And uh, yeah, so a lot of the smaller guys, they just couldn't make it because shit is expensive.
Yeah.
And if you don't get the money, well, then you're fucked.
Yeah.
But they also, like these bigger companies like Ocean Spray and stuff,
Yeah.
what they do, they pick all their berries wet and then they put them in a big dryer and they dry them, and then they'll get sold as a dried picked berry like you'll see in the grocery store. But
Huh.
like the guy we were selling ours to was getting us to pick, he would do like a mixed. He would buy all the fields of from us of dry picked berries, and he would mix them with his wet picked shit.
Yeah.
So when you get a bag of cranberries from the grocery store, there'd be at least some good ones in the bag.
Yeah. Well, I've eaten cranberries dried and cooked, whole and jellied. Uh, I don't mind them. Fuck. Just make some turkey gravy and throw some cranberries on a fucking slice of bread and a little bit of gravy over top of it, and you got a nice snack.
Yeah. Well, they make sweet and dried there at work, and that's like the little look at like little raisins or almost kind of thing.
Yeah,
And now they're making juice, but just at real small scale. So it's not like nothing like for the grocery store or anything. Just for the
yeah,
small farmers market.
yeah. Where do you make big money? And I can't complain about that. Farmers market is usually from smaller farmers. You don't see somebody that has fucking massive amounts of fucking farm machinery and property at a fucking farmer's market.
Right. Right.
It's only the poor farmers that go to the farmer's market to sell things.
That, that's right.
And uh, it is fucking worth it. I don't shop at the farmer's market, but I know I've been to them before. It's fucking worth it to be able to shop there. You know who
Yeah.
fucking picked your tomatoes, or you know who picked your potatoes. You know who
Right.
shot the cow in the head and skinned it out and took it over to Grand Prairie to get it cut and wrapped. But you don't get that in a lot of places. Big towns, you don't get that. Fuck. Or cities, I mean.
Yeah.
We used to have a butcher in this town, but he fucking retired a long time ago, but he should have kept going. He was a really good butcher, and his meat seemed to be tenderer than the other butcher in town.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's a plus if he can make his meat tender, which he seemed to do. His was better cuts all the time, and I don't know why. And it seemed like you cooked out less water too. That's probably one
Oh
of
yeah.
the reasons right there. He never injected anything into his meat.
Yeah.
Oh, most of the time they don't inject. Well, sometimes they do inject shit into the meat, but they always soak the outside so it's a bright fucking red. Whereas he never did that. He left it the original color. A
Oh yeah.
properly aged steak does not fucking look bright red. Black almost.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You knock a cow down, skin it, gut it, and hang it up. And you can let it hang for 40 or 45 days in a cooler. And it gets dark,
Oh yeah.
dark, dark, cooler. But that it gets tender when it's getting dark. Yeah, there's no
Oh,
such thing as fucking. We never had our meat hung that long. It was usually reddish when when we got it. But I know if you watch a lot of the cooking shows, they talk about how long you should hang your meat before you cut it.
yeah.
My brother, he'd shoot something, he'd just hang the meat, and because he always shot it in the fall, he'd just hang it up and cut a slice off it as he wanted it. Didn't even really take the time to skin it. He just carved out a chunk whenever he needed it. Well, I'm gonna make a tea.
Sounds
Oh,
like a plan.
I gotta order some new hot sauce. Check and see how
You
long
put
that lasts me.
what do you put hot sauce on?
Well, anything that isn't sweet
Oh yeah.
can go on eggs, steak, vegetables. Hey, how's it going, Mike?
Hey Reese, what's up?
Wow.
Just having a smoke break, eh?
Unless you inhale, I mean, you can take a 15-minute break if you light up a cigarette and don't suck on it. Just let it burn to the end naturally. Cigarette used to last 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Well, it's great if you're driving truck and you needed to have a nap because you light a cigarette up and then go to sleep with it in your fingers. You woke up when it burnt your fingers. At least that's what this guy I used to know told me. I think I went to sleep pretty close to 10 last night and got up at 6 this morning.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to
I
say
got up at,
how.
what's
Go ahead.
that?
You go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say I got up at around a little after 7, and I don't know what time I went to bed, but it was pretty late.
Yeah. Well, I did get up 3 times for a pee in that time. But I get up, go, and lay back down. I have no problems going right back to sleep.
Yeah, I never go to sleep before midnight. I'm always up late.
Well, I take antidepressants, and they have a sleeping aid in them.
Oh yeah.
And I take 3 of them at 10 o'clock, and by 10:30 or so, they're kicking in, and I'm going to fall asleep. Wasn't paying attention and took them at supper time one day on Mike's show. I didn't make it to the end of the show. I was asleep on camera.
Oh shit.
Which is really funny because fuck, nothing used to make me sleep.
Well, usually if I work like a long day, I don't know, 10, 12 hour day or something like that, fucking then when I get home, I smoke one now, pretty near pass out then. But other than that, if I'm just a half day work or something, I don't go to bed early. I never do, never have.
Well, I used to pass out on just freel or in a chair quite a bit, but I could do a 19-hour straight stretch of work or even put in a 24-hour straight stretch. And when I got home, I was asleep.
Yeah.
But even then, sometimes it takes me, before it used to take me time to unwind and have to go to sleep.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I get when I get home. When I was traveling for work, I get home. It was about a 2 hour trip one way. So you'd leave early in the morning, so you'd be there for about 9 o'clock, and then you work all day, and then you drive home, and you usually stop at a restaurant or whatever till your guts there at fucking 9, 10 o'clock at night. Then I don't know. Time I get home, it'd be close to midnight, if not past, and then like I said, you need time to wind down and either get in the shower. Or it's the time you got to bed. Jesus Christ, it was almost time to get up again.
Yeah.
But those days made for big paychecks.
You got paid for traveling too?
Yeah, usually one way, but if I was driving, so I'm not sitting in the back relaxing, so I get paid for that as well, both ways.
Uh, Let, let you drive to work, but I'll drive home. Fuck, we used to do that when I was driving truck. Me and another guy would go out on a job, and after a while they said, "We'll drive out to work. You could drive back." Fuck. We'd be at
Right.
home in bed before fucking our ticket time run out.
Oh yeah.
Well, I would speed. When I was headed for home, I was headed for home. But when I headed for work, I was headed for work too. It didn't matter. So those
Yeah.
guys all figured that it's best if they drove out, take slower time to drive out, and then I drive back to town, and they get a little paid time off.
Yeah. Oh, if it was just when it was just me in the vehicle, I'd cruise along pretty good. But then if you got minivan full of workers or whatever, fucking always drive the speed limit then.
Oh, I had 4 guys all fucking telling me how to drive in a van. I normally speed anyways, but they just got on my fucking nerves enough, and I said, "Okay, you fuckers, I'm gonna show you. I'll pass," because they were all telling me to pass legally, and I knew that the van didn't have enough power to execute a pass safely. And they started hollering
Right.
pass. I did, and we made it because another person fucking stopped, or just about stopped, and allowed us to get back in.
Oh
And
yeah.
that was it. After that, I never had one fucking person tell me how to fucking drive.
Yeah. Well, I drove with this guy one time there. He had a Ford Explorer, Eddie Bauer edition or whatever there. It was fast. He punched it down on a single lane highway there, fucking passing transport truck or something, and another car was coming. And, we just made it. I looked over and he was doing 160, 170. And if that engine would have cut out, we would have been fucking little tiny pieces. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
said to him, I said to him, you want to fucking do that shit with your own life, go ahead, but you're not going to put my life at it, fucking, gamble my life away.
Uh, Sometimes you can get a chip to boost that a bit. Fuck, the vehicles nowadays, they suck because you can't improve them. You can't do mechanics work on them and improve them. You get them where they are, and you just replace parts if it breaks down.
Well, I had an old Dynasty, and it was clocked for 160 kilometers. And when I put that baby to the floor, I get her up to the 160, and she would still keep climbing. I don't know how fast quite it would go, but I bet you probably close to 200.
Well, I don't know what
She
that
didn't.
is. I did 140 miles an hour. Actually, more than 140 miles an hour because uh, that's what the speedometer went to, and it was buried.
Right? That's got to be around 200 clicks, 200 kilometers, or it's got to be.
Give me a second, I'll figure it out.
See, I go by kilometers, so I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Yeah. Okay, we got, what did I say? 140. 140. We'll go say 143. I don't exactly know. Times. Oh, no. Divided by 1.6. Fuck off. I don't want that. Uh, let's say 140. Fuck it. Uh, 233 clicks an hour.
Oh yeah, that's sailing along, I tell you.
Yeah, we were going fast that day. Me and my brother went down hill at Peace River, and that's how fast we went down to that. I had four people in my car. He was by himself. When we hit that one little bump, went from the very inside lane, skipped over one whole lane without even touching the pavement, and landed in the outside lane because it's two legs going up, one coming down.
Holy shit. I borrowed my mom's Lincoln there one day, and it had a V8 in it. And I was just young then, and that thing, man, that fucking was scary. That was fast. Like that was, I think, one of the faster vehicles I ever drove at that time. And like I said, big old V8 in it, man. And yeah, it was real wheel drive. Had it's a pretty sweet ride. It had automatic headlights, so when a car was coming, it would automatically shut the high beams off, and then when that car would pass, the high beams would come back on.
Yeah.
I thought that was the coolest shit I ever seen. My my Chevy Impala I had that didn't matter if, like, it had the headlight switch in it to turn your headlights on, but it didn't matter. Like once it started to get dark, headlights and taillights would automatically come on in it.
Huh.
So that's what I liked about Chev. A lot of the newer cars, they got the auto switch, so you just click her over to auto, and then once it starts to get dark or whatever, the taillights and headlights will come on.
Well, I do that myself. I don't need any fucking car to tell me how to do it.
Right?
These
I
new
still
cars.
see people all the I still see people all the time. They'll pull out of the gas station, where it's all lit up, and they'll fucking cruise down the road with no lights on.
Yeah, 'cause them phony fucking half headlights are on.
Right? Yeah, they're just driving lights or whatever.
Yeah. Well, they're the phony half lights because it's your normal lights. They're just not as bright, and they're supposed to be on all the time, but I don't think it really makes much difference. If you see a car coming at you, whether its fucking lights are on or not, unless it's fucking dark out, you're not gonna notice the lights that much.
Well, I don't know in New Brunswick, but I know I like in Nova Scotia they made it so you have to have driving lights on even in the day.
Yeah, here too. Yeah, just them fake phony the half light.
Yeah, like most vehicles, as soon as you put her in drive, your driving lights come on, kind of thing.
Yeah, I
Not the
don't have.
whole vehicle, but
I've never had a vehicle like that,
oh,
but
okay.
my '97 pickup's the newest vehicle I've ever had.
Oh yeah, yeah. My Jeep's a 2006, I think it is around that. And if I put her in drive, the headlights, the driving lights will come on. You won't have no tail lights, but your driving lights will come on.
Okay, yeah. See, mine as soon as I turn started up,
Yeah.
headlights look on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Just the headlights, not the tail lights.
Now
And
with
that's
the
what.
old, I had a Cavalier, which was standard, and I had the e-brake there. With it being a standard, was right beside my seat there that you crank up on it, and with that, you could just crank just one notch up on the e-brake, so it wasn't really turning your brakes on, but it would kill your headlights.
Yeah,
It's
I remember doing that on some vehicle, somebody's vehicle.
so late at night when I would come home, pulling into the driveway there, so the lights wouldn't shine into the windows, I'd just slightly pull my e-brake on a little tiny bit, enough just to click the headlights out, because that kills everything, the driving lights.
Yeah, I like handy brakes in the center.
Yeah,
I get to be co-pilot and let's do a donut right here.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I did that down in the town I grew up in once in another guy's car. I don't know how many times I hit him with a fucking emergency brake.
Now my Ford Ranger I had was standard as well, and but it had the floor e-brake where you
Yeah,
pushed it with your foot.
yeah,
Don't really care for those ones too much. Like in an automatic car, I never use them. I like don't matter where I park, I never use the floor fucking e-brake because most of the time in the older vehicles, you put that floor brake on and you're not getting it back up.
yeah. I get seized.
Yeah. Well, fuck, I'm gonna hop off and call my family and see where the hell they are because I don't know what's going on.
Okay, well, thanks for coming up.
Yeah, well, thanks for having me up, Meyer.
Okay, no problem.
All right, buddy, I'll talk to you
You
soon.
bet. You have a
All
good
right,
day.
you too.
Ooh. Wow. whoever's in here. I think I'm gonna say end of this. Thanks, Josh, for coming up. Hi to everybody. Thanks to everybody who's in chat. Any epic and Mr. Mystic. I'm gonna do some housework. Catch you later.